Say hallelujah. I give you an illustration, a story. June this year, I brought Dr. T.L. Osborne to Nigeria. For 2 months, I prepared for a crusade. Big city crusade. Opening night, 500,000 people came to the crusade. The whole city, the stadium, everywhere jammed. No road to pass. The crusade that should start by 7. People started arriving there by 11 a.m. The following morning, the team of Nigeria wants to play Cameroon. So we cannot use the stadium the next night because the team that came killed the grass. The crowd was too much that the grass on the field were killed. So the crusade is cancelled. They know me. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. So I went to the stadium. My TV crew, all the scaffold of our light, of our microphone removed. And I said, fine. I went on TV and radio. I announced, if you do not let us use the stadium, thunder and lightning will come down this night. No football match, and the match will be cancelled and rain will fall 24 hours. You done wrong to me. In 3 hours, Idahosa, we are sorry. Idahosa, we are sorry. Idahosa, we are sorry. Idahosa, we are sorry. 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 Power against. Power against. Everybody say power against. Say power. And they gave me equipment and helped me to move to another stadium. When we moved, the attendance doubled. Same day, then they begged me to pray for the footballers. I prayed for them. I prophesied that Nigeria would defeat the other country because they apologized to me. And I said 2 goals to 0. And we scored 2 goals to 0. I went to a city, and some pressmen arranged for a woman to hide in my hotel room. Huh? I went to bed, I started sleeping. But 2 hours later, somebody had a mental problem on the wardrobe. Fire! 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 I said, what fire? I checked the bathroom. I didn't think anybody could be in the wardrobe. When she was crying, fire, 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 fire. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning. I heard the sound. I opened the door, nothing. Finally, I decided to open the wardrobe. Here was a woman, all the shirts burnt to ashes with fire. Don't try it. 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 He gave them power against unclean spirits. She came out, the dress torn, her skin peeling. I said, what happened? Why did he said, pressman gave me money to say when you start sleeping, I should come out of the wardrobe and lie with you, so they can say you committed adultery. She went to hospital. 7 days later, she died. Touch not my anointed. Sorry, I'm telling you dangerous stories this morning, but that's the gospel. Against. Did you hear what I'm saying? Against unclean spirit. It gave them power. We were going to build our first miracle center church. Can you be writing all I'm saying since when you come? A very big man in the land's office, a neighbor who owned the land next to him, to us, gave him money and said, tell the government not to approve the building plan for us. He came and removed all the pegs of the building, of the foundation. I went to him like a man. I said, friend, this is not my house. This is God's house. Don't take the pegs away. It belongs to God. He said, no, you are violating the rules. You are doing. I said, excuse me, you can't do it. He said, why not? I said, well, bye-bye. I said, if you leave us alone, you keep your job. If you don't leave us alone, I move you. He said, you don't work in the government. I said, I move you. Because God gave me power to bind and to loose. He gave them power against all unclean spirits. I said, friend, this is not my house. If you remove the peg of my house, fine. But this is God's house. He said, who is God? I said, oh my God. Bye-bye. But the Spirit told me that that man is going to become my friend. So I drove to his office. I went to their boss. I said, I'm here in anger. I said, somebody has disturbed my spirit and is touching God. He's touching me. He said, who? I gave him the name. He said, don't be angry. The man that was the overall head for the state pleaded with me. So I said, okay, bye-bye. I left. The next morning, they moved him from Orlando, so to say, to Fort Lauderdale. They transferred him. And he said, I'm not going. So the boss said, you lose your job. Either you go or you lose your job. So he said, I'm going. He left. 6 months later, he saw me. He said, Dr. Idahosa, I want to apologize to you for what I did. I said, okay, do you want to come back? He said, yes. I took telephone. I called his boss. They brought him back. So when we needed money to put roof, he gave me $200. For the same building, he said you couldn't build. He gave them power against unclean spirits. You playing with the gospel. You are joking with the gospel. Jesus said, the prince of the darkness of this world has come. He has no part in me. I thank God for this conference. If it wasn't for this conference, Christianity in America had 3 months left. By January, all of you would have been in greater trouble than you ever had. But thank God, Mighty Warriors Conference. Can somebody say hallelujah? To heal all manner of sickness. With my 2 eyes, I've seen blind eyes open. I've seen deaf ears unstopped. I've seen lame walk. I've seen a child in our crusade in Kenya, Kamukunji field, 1973. You were there. A child was brought to one of our crusades, born with no eye bulbs, flat face, 5 days she came to this woman brought the son to the crusade. Had what? This one, but no eyeball. Had face, but no eyeball. I asked the woman, what happened? She said, when she was pregnant, they bewitched her. So that child was born with no eyeballs. First night, nothing happened. Blind saw. One night, 11 people got out of wheelchair. The third night, 17 blind people, totally blind, saw. But this woman, nothing happened. So she called my wife every evening. Tell your husband to give my child eyes. I have prayed for blind eye to open, but I've never seen someone with no eye in my life. So my wife said, he can pray for if the child was blind. So she said, the power that opened blind eye, can he not give new eyes? Everybody say power. Say power. The last night, she came to the meeting. In Kenya, crusade starts in the afternoon. 9 a.m. she was on the field. She came very close to the platform. There are about 200 ministers in my platform. When I came, he said, so I said, fine. I looked, I said, my wife, where are we going to pass when we close? This woman is going to hold me. I said, she's desperate. She said, yeah, when you ask them to close their eyes, you can go. So I said, good, that's a good one. I preached, I prayed, and I said, now, lay your hand in where you have your problem. I'm going to ask God to open blind eyes, unstop deaf ears, which is my crusade character. You can't lay hand on 500,000 people. And she put 2 fingers in the place she thought the eye should be. While I was rebuking the buker, somebody say hallelujah. Boy began to scream, began to cry. I'm looking for a way to escape. The boy is crying. So, and I said, do now what you couldn't do before. And this woman began to jump and shout. I thought she was jumping to come and meet me. So I tried to jump down. She said, he can see, he can see, he can see. I'm trying to go out. So she spoke Swahili, that the boy has eyeball. Here am I trying to escape. Here's the woman shouting that the boy has 2 eyeballs. So I jumped back. That's why you can't take credit for miracle. Because I was trying to run away. But God was at home. I said God was at home. All manner of sicknesses.
Hallelujah.
We brought the boy out, and it was in newspaper in Kenya, The Nation. Boy born with no eyeball received miracle. 2 bright eyeballs were created by miracle of God. Somebody say hallelujah. That's he gave them power against. Say against. That's what I'm after. Many of you have power for this, power for this, power for this, power for this, power for that. You've never had power against. I couldn't be alive in Africa if I was having only power for. If all the power I've ever had was for, I would have been buried long ago. My city, they used to use children blood for tea. Witches and wizards tell you 2 2 o'clock this afternoon, I'm going to kill you, and you really die. When God raised me, say, you stop it. I woke up, I said, God, I'm going to stop it. I said, how do I do that? He said, not by might, not by power, but by my spirit. I'm going to be in your mouth to bind and to loose. I'm going to be in your mouth to set the captive free. I'm going to be in your mouth to heal the city. And I'm going to use you to send the power of demons out of this town. So I sent notice to all the witches and wizards. I said, I'm here now. Government change hand. Did you hear me? You got that. You got that. Government change hand. You have been in charge. Now Jesus and me, we are in charge. Devil! Devil! Against unclean spirit to cast them out. When you live here on Sunday night, go to your city. The demon of prostitute out.